Anybody know this card existed? I definitely didn't, because Luke sent us down on a rabbit hole over this, and if you're willing to stick around, you might find it interesting, because this one's kind of a doozy. The setup is very simple. We have frontline heroism on the battlefield. We'll play Giant Growth targeting a grizzly bear. That will trigger frontline heroism for us to create a 1/1 red soldier creature token, and then copy that spell and target that token. But we also have parallel lives on the battlefield, so now instead of creating one token, we'll create two tokens. So what the hell is going to happen when we resolve this effect? Are we going to make a copy for each token we created? Or do we just get one copy of Giant Growth and then choose which token we want to target? Well, an important thing to keep in mind here is that parallel lives is a replacement effect, and they only replace the event, not the entire effect. So for example, let's say we cast a Slime Against Humanity, and we also have parallel lives out. Parallel lives will only modify the event of creation, so we'll end up with two tokens. And then the rest of the effect instructs us to put +1/+1 counters on it being those two tokens. But difference with that scenario and this one is that we're just putting counters on things, and we can put things on as many things as we want to. But with targets, we can only target one thing at a time. We can't target multiple things with one target. The problem here is that it doesn't say that you make a copy of the spell for each object. We just make a copy of that spell, and then that copy has to target that token. What does it mean by that token? Giant Growth can only target a single creature, so which of those two creatures can we target with that? Now there is a rule that says whenever you copy a spell and it specifies a target, then each instance of the word target on there must also target that thing. If you can't do that, then the copy is not created. So maybe that's the answer. Since Giant Growth can't target both tokens, we just don't create another copy of Giant Growth. But the issue with that is that it says if that player or object isn't a legal target for each instance of the word target, the copy isn't created. Both of those targets are legal targets for Giant Growth. It's just that Giant Growth can't target both of them at the same time. So I suggested that maybe it deals with this rule here. Any part of an instruction that's impossible to perform is just ignored. So here's what I think would happen here. We target Grizzly Bear with Giant Growth. Frontline Heroism will trigger to create a token and then copy that spell and then have that copy target the token. Parallel Lives will modify the event of creating the token into creating twice as many tokens. Then we create a copy of the Giant Growth. While the copy of that Giant Growth can't target those two tokens, that copy does still have a target. Because whenever we create a copy of a spell, we also copy things like modes, targets, choices, value of X. So I think since the copy of this Giant Growth can't target those two tokens, it just keeps the original target, which would be the Grizzly Bear. So it'll have the original Giant Growth targeting it and the copy targeting it. And we'll have created two red soldier creature tokens with haste. I'm not 100% sure that's how it actually will be. There could be something that I missed. If you know anything more about it, let me know in the comments.